So let's say you're a GTI driver, you're stylish and sophisticated and outgoing. But then you get to a point in your life where you think, I need to be a bit more rugged. But at the same time, you don't want to lose out on creature comfort or speed. If that's the case, well, we might just have the car for you. Welcome to the GTI of bakkies. And there's a reason why we say that. This Amarok V6 is currently the most powerful bakkie available in South Africa, producing 190 kilowatts and 580 newton meters of torque. Now that is a lot of power, especially for a bakkie like this. What does a 190 kilowatt bakkie feel like? That is a lot of surge very quickly. Instead of trying to focus on being very hardcore, they've simply given us more power. But that's because a lot of people driving VWs, when it comes to the bakkie that they want to drive, they want something that is a bit more SUV orientated. And that is exactly what an Amarok V6 is. Let's take a moment to talk about the styling of the Amarok. That is the one thing that VW have left very similar to the original Amarok that we had in South Africa in 2010. If you look at this vehicle, despite a slight grille change, the addition of chrome here and there, the car looks relatively more or less the same. But that's not a bad thing, because when the Amarok launched, it was already quite a good looking bakkie. So the few updates they've done to the car does really make it look a bit more modern and a bit more relevant in this time today. But from a styling perspective, I think in time we're going to need to see a bit of a change with the new Amarok, which we know will be a joint venture between Ford and VW. So that's going to also make things very interesting. So let's get into the heart and soul of this bakkie. The 3-liter V6 engine that we've all loved ever since VW have put this engine in this car. One thing that I've noticed is that if you don't have the right gear settings on the vehicle, you do tend to feel a bit of turbo lag. So if you're driving in traffic and you want to make sure you're in the right power band, I would advise that you keep the gearbox in sport so that it always holds the revs that much longer. But the biggest thing that makes the Amarok very livable is the gearbox. Now, VW made the smartest decision by using an 8-speed ZF auto gearbox on this car. And the reason why I specifically mention 8-speed ZF is because this has become the premium gearbox to use for many manufacturers when they're looking for a fast and reliable gearbox. This gearbox literally makes the vehicle feel like a car. In fact, if you closed your eyes and you forgot the fact that you don't have a premium leather steering wheel, you would think that you are in a Touareg, because a Touareg of course uses a 3-liter V6 and it also uses a similar gearbox configuration. So ergonomically up front, the Amarok V6 does make a lot of sense for the front passengers. I drove all the way here with my wife and she had nothing to complain about. And trust me, if my wife is in a car that is even remotely uncomfortable or has a bit of a hard ride, she's the first person to say, I don't enjoy this. So for me, I would say front seats makes a lot of sense. But talking to my other colleagues and chatting to other consumers, they have complained that the rear seats do feel cramped and that it will be much more comfortable for 2 people to be sitting at the back as opposed to 3 people. From a tech perspective, the Amarok does come kitted with all the things you would need. I'm a person that likes to use Apple CarPlay, and for a long time VW has been offering Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability in their cars. And thankfully, this Amarok V6 does have that option, so I simply have to just plug my phone in and I can mirror my phone on the screen here. But again, speaking to my colleagues who don't use Apple CarPlay, they did voice their concerns that at this price range, you would expect to have navigation as standard in this kind of bakkie. Because if you're paying over 900,000 Rand for a vehicle like this, you'd expect some free maps of the vehicle. I like like the fact that VW have literally just put an off-road button. There is no low range in an Amarok V6. Then again, I have done some challenging off-roading in an Amarok before, and it was more than capable even without low range. At the end of the day, you can see that VW has focused a lot of their attention on the ride quality of this bakkie and making it feel like an SUV as much as possible. Now with the addition of more power in this vehicle, it makes it that much more cooler to own an Amarok, especially because it is the most powerful bakkie on sale at the moment. The notion of a bakkie is quite a strange thing. Most consumers buy bakkies because they want more practicality. But you need to set your bakkie up the right way in order for it to work in your lifestyle. For instance, going on a trip like this, you would definitely need a tonneau cover or a canopy in the back of your bakkie, because there's no point in having all that space and all you can do is put your lug into the back seat because you're afraid that it's going to get rained on or even stolen all the way out in the back. So with confidence we can say that if you do need the space that a bakkie provides and you do set it up correctly by having a tonneau cover or a canopy, it can really work in your lifestyle. You can load boxes, you can load bicycles, you can load gear. The possibilities are endless when it comes to the application of a bakkie. So if your GTI boy racer days are numbered and you want to be more of an adventurous guy, then this vehicle can definitely work for you. It's definitely a yappy bakkie, and you've got the bragging rights to say you've got the most powerful bakkie in the country.